monkshood ranunculucea is generally indicated in acute or recent cases occurring in young persons, especially girls of a full, plethoric habit who lead a sedentary life, persons easily affected by atmospheric changes, dark hair and eyes, rigid muscular fiber. Complaints caused by exposure to dry cold air, dry north or west winds, or exposure to drafts of cold air while in a perspiration. Bad effects of checked perspiration. Great fear and anxiety of mind, with great nerve ooze excitability. Afraid to go out, to go into a crowd where there is any excitement or many people, to cross the street. Continued, the countenance is expressive of fear. The life is rendered miserable by fear. Is sure his disease will prove fatal. Predicts the day he will die. Fear of death during pregnancy. Restless, anxious, does everything in great haste. Must change position often. Everything startles him. Pains are intolerable, they drive him crazy, he becomes very restless at night. Hahnemann says, whenever aconite is chosen homeopathically, you must, above all, observe the moral symptoms, and be careful that it closely resembles them, the anguish of mind and body, the restlessness, the disquiet not to be allayed. This mental anxiety, worry, fear accompanies the most trivial ailment. Music is unbearable, makes her sad, sab. During menses, nat. Circa. On rising from a recumbent position the red face becomes deathly pale, or he becomes faint or giddy and falls, and he fears to rise again, often accompanied by vanishing of sight and unconsciousness. Amenorrhea in plethoric young girls, after fright to prevent suppression of menses. For the congestive stage of inflammation before localization takes place. Fever, skin dry and hot, face red or pale and red alternately, burning thirst for large quantities of cold water. Intense nervous restlessness, tossing about in agony, becomes intolerable towards evening and on going to sleep. Convulsions of teething children, heat, jerks and twitches of single muscles. Child gnaws its fist, frets and screams. Skin hot and dry, high fever. Cough, croup, dry, hoarse, suffocating. Loud, rough, croaking. Hard, ringing, whistling. On expiration, cost. On inhalation, spong. From dry, cold winds or drafts of air. Aconite should never be given simply to control the fever, never alternated with other drugs for that purpose. If it be a case requiring aconite, no other drug is needed. Aconite will cure the case. Unless indicated by the exciting cause, is nearly always injurious in first stages of typhoid fever. Aggravation. Evening and night pains are insupportable. In a warm room, when rising from bed, lying on affected side, hep. Nux m. Amelicration. In the open air, alum. Mag. Circa. Pulse. Sab. Relation. Complementary. To cophia in fever, sleeplessness, intolerance of pain. To arnica in traumatism. To sulfur in all cases. Rarely indicated in fevers which bring out eruptions. Aconite is the acute of sulfur, and both precedes and follows it in acute inflammatory conditions.